Murphy, you can assume, will make a number of big saves tonight. An up-and-down campaign for the Courage goalkeeper who makes her 50th consecutive start here tonight. Jill, let's take a look at the starting lineup this evening for North Carolina. One change, Denise O'Sullivan out with a knee injury. It'll be a while before she's back. Shinomi steps in.
Well, Kurtz stick with that three back under Nathan Thackeray. The center backs, specifically Kaylee Kurtz, going to be responsible for helping break through that first line of press of the Stars. Most noticeable, the difference is Denise O'Sullivan size hole in the midfield. Shinomi, Riley Jackson are going to tag team in those areas. Jackson more of a stable ball circulator, while Shinomi's going to help in the higher attacking phases. But the Courage success tonight depends on the performance of the wingbacks, Lussi and Gomes. They need to get on the ball to create overloads and ultimately service inside the area.
Two interim head coaches, Thackeray for North Carolina, Ella Masser for Chicago. 4 draws in 4 games. If you're trying to get the crowd amped up, Ella Masser can certainly do that. But rest assured, when we spoke to North Carolina yesterday, they were listening.
This is Chicago. This is who I was when I played. This is Chicago. This is something to be proud of, and we're still in it, and we're still fighting. 72 hours, we're back on the pitch in Chicago, and we need you, Chicago. We need you guys to come out and support us because we need the 12th man to help us win at Carolina, and we are going to win. We're going out there to win that game, and we need you behind us.
We are going to win. If so, this the 11 Chicago will use.
Well, Masser unveils that new structure that's really taking teams by surprise. It starts with center back Staab and Hendrick getting comfortable on the ball. Nair's going to get higher as that spare player. That allows the fullbacks, Malum and Bagalski, to amble forward into the attack. Matane and B. Franklin are going to stay tethered to the back line to deny central progression, but it's a 3-prong attack with Schlegel running centrally in the pocket. That's going to be vital for the Stars to get her in the pocket facing forward so she can find that newfound final pass to Joseph and Gomes.
Chicago and North Carolina are the lone game on this Friday night. We think it's going to be a good one. It's the NWSL on Prime.
That they would play with, but Riley Jackson will oftentimes operate as that central pivot by herself, allowing Shinomi to get higher up the pitch and look to effortlessly link play with Manaka.
Well, this looks effortless. Sanchez forward beyond Pinto, picked up by Manaka. Manaka went for goal, knocked down and cleared away from the line. The first save by Nair and the follow-up knocked away. North Carolina, nearly a great chance to start here.
Well, here's a look at that last opportunity. It starts with getting dispossessed in central position and Ashley Sanchez running in the pocket. Manaka leaks out wide because Pinto is occupying Hendrick. She fashions an opportunity back across the face. Doesn't get enough power on this to really challenge Alyssa. Capacity to try to fashion some opportunities for whether it's Schlegel or Gomes making the opposite side run.
Oh, come on! Dropped off by Schlegel. The shot is ripped up above the bar. That did take a touch from Murphy. That lead for Joseph was sick.
Well, this is the high press that Ella Masser wants to see from her team. Well read by Ali Schlegel, and then it's just a little flick. The inside run, Jasmine Joseph makes that run on the inside, takes the touch, sees a window, decides to lift it over Casey Murphy's head, but ultimately Murphy manipulates her body really well.
Approaching Sam Stabian levels of longevity within a couple of games of her all-time start streak. Joseph, after Chicago won the ball high up the field, that's going to slip all the way through, unloading for goal. Exit stage right. Gomes off the mark. Pane unable to jostle it free. Here's Shinomi, who lost her footing, and now it's on for Chicago. Ball slipped ahead. Joseph!
Well, the North Carolina Courage having a lot of problems here in central positions when they concede possession. Matana running at the back line. Jamise Joseph makes that run from out to in between the two center backs, receives it really well. First touch sets her up, but she just slightly misses.
Touched away from Joseph, and she's going to run it down. Jamise Joseph racing at Kaylee Kurtz. Joseph has support, ball knocked back, and hit toward frame, the save by Murphy. B. Franklin just unloaded a missile going into halftime. That may have been the chance of the half for Chicago.
Carolina in their build-outs. It's Riley Jackson trying to play it to Kaylee Kurtz, but doesn't put enough pace on it. Jamise Joseph takes possession, but Kaylee Kurtz does so well to steer Joseph toward her left foot. She doesn't want that option. Toe pokes it away. B. Franklin does well to be committed to getting at the edge of the box, uses the inside of her foot, tries to steer this one on frame, and forces a good, comfortable save from Casey Murphy.
The stakes are high on this Friday night as we approach the end of August. Manaka gets the first touch of the second half, and here we go in Chicago.
So wide, she goes for all power. Can't quite execute inside the area.
Nesbitt and Joseph came off at halftime for the Stars. Shinomi. Pinto, that's tidy work against Sam Staab. Lussi, Sanchez deep in her bag and came away with the ball and slips it ahead. Manaka! Manaka scores! 3 goals this year against Chicago! And courageous play from Sanchez sets up Manaka for the go-ahead.
Well, this is probably the last type of situation and player that you would expect for this North Carolina Courage team to score, but it's into Pinto. So important for Pinto to hold off Sam Staab. She displaces the center back, and then at the top of your screen, just look at Manaka waiting on the edge of Malum. She sees it, gets her head up. Ashley Sanchez fashions that final pass in behind the back line, and the hesitation from Alyssa Nair gives an opportunity. You have to come out and impact the ball or stay and force Manaka to take touches.
Watch out, here comes Schlegel on the other end. Schlegel! Upended by Murphy, who came off her line. Murphy is troubled, so too is Schlegel in the goal mouth. And they stop play. An injured player inside the penalty area, they will rightfully always stop play for that. And Murphy grabbing at her shoulder, and Schlegel is down in a heap. And then there was Alyssa Nair awaiting to defend this set piece. Ball knotted away by Ludmila. Sanchez. Sanchez got the crossway, back heel didn't fly. And out to halfway where Murphy awaits. Manaka. Williams. Williams slipping ahead, Manaka cutting through, Pinto late arriving, ball slipped kindly to the back post off the underside of the bar, and in! Tyler Lussi! North Carolina doubles their lead by the slimmest of margins. 2-0 Courage on the road.
And these are the situations that we talked about in the open that would be important for this North Carolina Courage team. Manaka getting into the advanced half space, looking for that box cross, and it takes a kind bounce, not only to Tyler Lussi, but a double doink off of the crossbar over the goal line, and gives this North Carolina Courage team a bit of a cushion here. Transition, set pieces, and individual brilliance, and Michaela Johnson ticks off at least 2 of those boxes in terms of her transition, outlet, and threat, but also her capabilities off the dribble.
That fell kindly to Sanchez, who turns around, whips it right at Alyssa Nair.
Especially on that right-hand side, I'm really curious to see how she does, because I think she can work really well to get around the edge, but also cut inside to shape shots for herself.
Here's Jaden Shaw into the game. The totality of history between 2 clubs that so often in the 2010s found their way into the postseason. Johnson. Sanchez got a piece. Chicago local 134. Pounds away tonight, trying to will this forward. Ludmila, oh wow! No way! Ludmila just scored a scorcher! Does it look familiar? The 75th minute, they turned the screws on Seattle, came from 3 goals down. They've got one back.
Wow, wow, wow. We have just witnessed something so immensely special. Ludmila gets squared up against the fullback. A little bit of separation as 4 players converge on her. She sees a small window, and it's a long-range screamer from outside the box. Ludmila brings one back. Top bins only. And that's the space we were talking about. When she gets into goal-scoring positions, she is so clinical. That was flipping awesome.
And she spoke so glowingly about how the Ricketts have come in and tried to put this team on the same level as some of the others in the Chicagoland area. Could Ludmila really do it again? Ludmila flying. Ludmila! The brightest star of all! 2 goals down, no problem! 2-2! Simply stunning! She's done it again!
How did that happen? It continues to happen again and again for the Stars. Gets a kind bounce, Kaylee Kurtz over her head, right into the run of Ludmila. A goal from absolutely nothing. A goal of real quality, though. Once it gets into the final third, Kaylee Kurtz bites, just takes a kind bounce over top of her head, right into the willing runner of Ludmila. She goes 1v1. Berkeley can't slide across enough, but look at this touch to herself right here to get it behind.
Now, it's worth noting North Carolina started to make defensive substitutions about, what, 15, 20 minutes ago? Here's Speck flying forward, ball across, Shaw, the finish! Jaden Shaw pulls North Carolina ahead! Oh, this game's had everything. The Courage lead in Chicago once more.
Immediate response here from North Carolina. Meredith Speck gets forward, little combination play. She continues her run. And just look at the presence of Manaka there. Just falls kindly to Jaden Shaw. She continues her run. But again, it's North Carolina Courage getting into the advanced half space and those accurate, precise box crosses in front of goal. Chicago defenders all look like defending is optional here, facing their own.
Back post header! I've seen everything! Ludmila, hat trick! 3-3! What are we watching? This is an instant classic.
2 pieces of individual brilliance and a set piece, ball clipped into the back post. How?
Sanchez, ball falls towards Speck, and there's Nair. And full time. It is remarkably a draw tonight in Bridgeview.